Hello and welcome to Season 1, Episode 5 of the Port Migration Partner Visa podcast. If you and your partner are planning to apply for an Australian partner visa, this podcast is your roadmap. If you are one of our loyal listeners, welcome back. And if you're new here, we're so glad you're here. This podcast series is designed to be listened to from start to finish, so jump into our other episodes once you've had a listen to this one. Today's episode is a special one because we're stepping away from the partner visa checklists and requirements for a moment. Instead, we're sharing something extremely valuable: real life stories. You're going to meet real couples who got their visas approved and learn how they did it. We often hear from couples who feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information online. There are so many blog posts, online groups, discussion threads, and forums filled with information, but the problem is, who do you trust? It's tough to know which stories apply to you, and even tougher to separate reliable guidance from misinformation. It's hard to even know if the stories you're reading are true or if people have left out key facts when they've talked about their story online. Or perhaps you hear a story and there's information that might be right for someone else, but it isn't right for you. That's why we wanted to bring you something different. In this episode, you'll hear the experiences of two real couples who have successfully navigated the partner visa process. We'll share how they handled the challenges, the lessons they learned, and what they wish they'd known before they started. Their stories are a reminder that while the partner visa journey can feel overwhelming, it's also possible and absolutely worth it. And one of the great things about working in the migration space over the past decade is seeing couples progress from arriving on a temporary visa to eventually becoming Australian citizens. So we think you will like the stories we're sharing today. Whether you're still in the research phase, putting together your evidence, or anxiously waiting for a decision, I think you'll find inspiration and reassurance in hearing how others have made it through. At Port Migration, we are MARA registered Australian migration agents. You'll find our registration details in the description, and you can also verify them on the official Migration Agents Registration Authority website, the MARA. Always check that the person giving you Australian visa or migration advice is legally authorised to do so. Your visa is too important to leave in the wrong hands. Finally, before we get started, please listen to this disclaimer. The information in this podcast is general in nature. It doesn't take into account your personal circumstances or specific visa needs, and it is not intended as migration advice. If you need advice tailored to your unique situation, please use the links in the description to get in touch with our experienced team. We'd love to help. The Port Migration Partner Visa podcast is available in both video and audio format. It's available on all your favourite podcast platforms, so while you're here, please like this episode, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and share this podcast with your partner. We'd love to hear where you're listening from. Drop the flag of your country in the comments to let us know. Your support helps other couples find this podcast too. All right, let's get started. Here's how real couples got their partner visa approved and how you can too. Let's be honest, the partner visa process can feel incredibly overwhelming. Why is it so hard? Every relationship is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all guide that covers the exact challenges you and your partner might face. You may have different nationalities, different living situations, or a relationship timeline that doesn't fit the traditional mould. And that can make it hard to know how your story compares to others. Back in episode 2, we talked about common pathways and how couples often transition from visas like visitor, student, or work visas to a partner visa. But even when you know the typical paths, it's reassuring to hear how real people, with all their complexities, have successfully navigated the process. Because no matter how unique your situation feels, you're not alone. There are couples just like you who faced uncertainty, dealt with long-distance challenges, or worried about whether their evidence would be enough. And they made it through. That's why today we're sharing the stories of two couples who applied for their partner visa and came out the other side, with lessons, insights, and encouragement to offer. Let's start with Tom and Irene. Tom and Irene's story began in Thailand before COVID back in 2019, where an unexpected connection quickly turned into something much deeper. Tom, an Australian citizen, was travelling abroad when he met Irene, and the two quickly discovered how well they fit together. After a few visits back and forth between Australia and Thailand, they knew this wasn't just a holiday romance. It was the beginning of the rest of their life. After some extended time apart due to border closures, they married in Thailand in 2022 and continued to split their time between both countries, making memories, building their relationship, and planning the next stage of their lives. Tom and Irene wanted to live together in Australia, but only when Irene could stay permanently. They knew the travel back and forth wasn't sustainable forever, but they also had work and property commitments, which meant they didn't want to spend time on a bridging visa. For Tom and Irene, love didn't mean moving fast, it meant moving forward together. But applying for a partner visa felt daunting. The offshore process was unfamiliar, they weren't sure if they had the right documents, they were worried about evidence and wanted the process done efficiently. And with so much time spent across two countries, they worried that Home Affairs might not understand their situation. That's when Tom and Irene found Port Migration through a Google search. They booked a free call and attended one of our webinars. Our team helped them prepare a strong Subclass 309 offshore partner visa application that clearly explained their story. We worked closely with them to document the time they'd spent together, the strength of their relationship, and their plans for a future in Australia. With detailed guidance, we helped them gather the right evidence and write clear statements so that the case officer could understand their unique journey. Tom and Irene's application was processed efficiently and successfully, and the 309 visa was granted 11 months after it was submitted with no RFIs. Once the visa was granted, they could make plans for relocation that took their work and property commitments into account, ready to start their next chapter as a married couple living permanently in Tom's home country. Fast forward to 2025 and they're settled in Australia and enjoying life together near Brisbane. No more flights, no more visa stamps, and no more waiting. Tom and Irene's journey reminds us that waiting for the right time isn't hesitation, it's commitment in action. Tom and Irene's story shows that you don't need to live in Australia before applying for a partner visa. With the right planning and expert guidance, an offshore application can be just as successful, and for many couples, it's the pathway that makes most sense. If you and your partner are navigating love across borders and you're unsure how to approach your partner visa, remember, the most important thing is that your application tells your story clearly, consistently, and confidently. We're here to help you do just that. Tom and Irene didn't try and do it themselves when they knew they needed help, and neither should you. Tom and Irene proved that love doesn't have to rush. With patience, planning, and the right support, they built a life together on their own terms. If this story resonates, pause the podcast now and book a call through the links in the description. We're here to help you get it right from the beginning, and we're here throughout the journey. Let's have a look at another couple with a different story. Case study 2 is about Rachel and George. Rachel and George's story started like so many others. A long-distance relationship filled with late-night calls, virtual dates, and the dream of one day being together in person. After 3 years of building their connection across thousands of kilometres, Rachel took the leap, and in May 2023, Rachel travelled from the Philippines to Melbourne to meet George face-to-face for the first time. Excitement and nerves ran high, but so did their hope for a shared future. It didn't take long for them to realise they wanted to build a life together in Australia. That's when the big question arose. How can Rachel stay in Australia so they can finally live as a couple without the uncertainty of visa deadlines hanging over them? Like many couples, Rachel and George quickly realised the partner visa process was more complicated than they'd expected. They knew that a single mistake could result in costly delays or even a visa refusal. The thought of navigating the system alone was daunting. To make things worse, they had seen friends receive a devastating partner visa refusal. The emotional and financial toll it took on those couples made Rachel and George determined not to take any chances. That's when they turned to Port Migration. After watching our YouTube videos and seeing how we'd helped other couples succeed, they decided to seek expert support. From the very first call, we worked closely with Rachel and George to get their evidence right and paint a clear picture of their strong and genuine relationship. We gave them specific evidence to include to make sure their application ticked all the boxes. Every step of the way, we gave them the reassurance and confidence they needed to move forward. Here's how their journey unfolded. Rachel's initial visit to Australia was on a visitor visa, giving her and George precious time to be together while planning the next step. After lodging the subclass 820-801 partner visa application, Rachel was granted a bridging visa, allowing her to stay in Australia lawfully while waiting for a decision on her partner visa. With our guidance, Rachel and George submitted a strong, well-documented application. Even when they received a request for further information, something that often causes panic for applicants, we supported them in responding quickly and confidently. Just 10 months after applying, Rachel's subclass 820 partner visa was granted, an incredible outcome given the complexities of the process. Today, Rachel and George are living their dream life together in rural Victoria. They've traded long-distance calls for countryside adventures and quiet evenings at home. The stress of uncertain visa deadlines is gone, and they can finally focus on their future together. And the best part? Rachel is already planning for her next visa milestone. With her 820 partner visa in hand, she's one step closer to applying for her subclass 801 permanent partner visa. Here's what Rachel had to say about her experience. There were bumps and humps along the way, but it was all worth it. I will definitely be wanting you to assist me with my partner visa subclass 801 application. Thank you so much for your assistance. Life has never been this good. Rachel and George's story is a reminder that while the partner visa process is complex, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right support, navigating visa requirements becomes manageable and success is entirely possible. While other couples spend endless hours in Facebook groups or on YouTube, second-guessing every decision and worrying about RFIs, Rachel and George had the peace of mind that comes with expert guidance. If you're facing similar challenges, remember, you don't have to do this alone. At Port Migration, we've helped hundreds of couples achieve their dream of building a life together in Australia. Whether you're applying onshore, offshore, or dealing with an RFI, we're here to guide you every step of the way. So what can you learn from these couples? The first thing is perspective. Every couple faces doubts and challenges. They worry they don't have enough evidence or that their relationship won't be enough in the eyes of the decision maker. But just like these couples, you can overcome that fear by focusing on what you do have. We're here to help with advice you can trust. Think about your story. How did your relationship begin? What challenges have you faced and overcome together? How do you support each other emotionally, financially, and practically? Those are the details that matter. Next, be proactive. Take the time to get accurate advice and gather strong evidence that reflects the real nature of your relationship. This doesn't mean submitting hundreds of unnecessary documents. It means selecting evidence that tells a clear and consistent story and making sure that every piece of evidence you provide plays a part in proving that story. And finally, ask for help when you need it. Both of these couples had moments of uncertainty, but they stayed on track with the right support. At Port Migration, we are here to help with every step of the process. Expert guidance can save you time, stress, and costly mistakes. These stories are a reminder that partner visa success is possible. Your story is worth telling, and with the right preparation, you can feel confident as you move forward. Hearing stories from other couples can really put things into perspective. Every couple's journey is different, but what they all have in common is that they took the right steps, gathered strong evidence, and stayed committed to the process, even when it wasn't easy. Back in episode 2, we talked about the common partner visa pathways. Maybe your situation is similar to Tom and Irene with an offshore application because it suits your work or other commitments. Or perhaps you're like Rachel and George, navigating a long-distance relationship, then applying for the subclass 600 visitor visa, followed by an onshore partner visa application. And for those of you who are engaged and planning to get married soon, the subclass 300 prospective marriage visa might be the right choice. If your wedding is on the horizon, this visa can bring you together sooner, allowing you to marry in Australia and then apply for the partner visa from there. The truth is, no matter which partner pathway you're on, the process can be daunting. You're making decisions that will shape your future, and it's completely normal to feel unsure at times. But the good news is you don't have to figure it out alone. At Port Migration, we've helped couples in all kinds of situations, from simple, straightforward applications to highly complex cases. We've seen what works, we know what doesn't, and we understand the specific challenges that can arise along the way. Whether you're facing evidence gaps, visa conditions, or just the overwhelm of getting started, we can help navigate it. If anything about your situation feels uncertain, now is the perfect time to reach out. Getting advice early can save you time, reduce stress, and help you avoid costly mistakes. Even if you're confident in your eligibility, having an experienced set of eyes on your application can make all the difference. You've already taken a great step by listening to this podcast. If you're ready to move forward and want personalised support, we're here for you. Book a call with us today. We'll talk you through your circumstances, answer your questions, and help you understand your best path forward. Whether you're just getting started or you're partway through your application and need extra support, we can provide the expertise and guidance you need. You'll find the link to book a call in the episode description, and remember, every couple story is unique, but you don't have to navigate yours alone. We'd love to help you on your journey. Hearing the stories of couples like Tom and Irene or Rachel and George can be a powerful reminder that partner visa success is possible. Every relationship is different, and while the process can feel overwhelming, the right approach and support can make all the difference. But there's one question we know is still on your mind, and it's one we hear all the time. How long will it really take? The Australian partner visa process is often described as one of the longest in the world. You've probably heard stories of applications taking years, while others seem to fly through in a matter of months. So what's the truth? And what factors actually determine how long your application will take? That's exactly what we'll be covering in the next episode. Episode 6 is all about timelines, why some partner visas take months and others take years. We'll break down the factors that influence processing times, how you can avoid unnecessary delays, and what you can do to give your application the best chance of a smooth and timely outcome. If you're waiting, planning, or you just want to understand what's ahead, don't miss it. If you found this episode helpful, please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss future episodes. And if you're listening on YouTube, give it a like and let us know in the comments what stage of the partner visa journey you're on. We'd love to hear from you. This podcast is here to support you every step of the way, and we're looking forward to talking about partner visa processing timelines in the next episode. If you and your partner are planning to apply for an Australian partner visa, this podcast is your roadmap, and we've got lots more practical, real-world advice coming up. Until next time, all the best with your application.